on January 1st, and that they do that through the appropriations ordinance. I did a little timeline for how the budget process has developed since the charter began in 2011. In 2013, the board adopted the first reporting ordinance, and that helped strengthen the reporting requirements. The board set some guidelines as far as what type of information they wanted to receive from finance, how often they wanted to receive that. So that helped them throughout the year as they would prepare for the next budget season. In 2014, they added a supplemental information worksheet that required additional information from departments. In addition to the budget information, they asked for strengths, weaknesses, goals, new position requests, things like that, so they could understand how they developed their budget that they were asking for. In 2015, the board created the budget review calendar. So since that time, all the departments were given a committee meeting to appear at for the board to review their budget requests with them. In 2017, we had, that's when we had a lot of the board members change, and Chair Smith became our board chair, and that's when the changes to the capital improvement plan, that's when they changed the way they funded the capital improvement plan. They noticed a lot of spending going through there, and at that time, nothing had to come to the board unless it was over $250,000, and they were just funding it all at one time. They would transfer like $20 million over at once, and then the department would just draw from that. So what was changed that year was they would set aside a certain dollar amount for capital improvement, but they come to the board now on a project by project basis. So the board understands what's starting when, what the budget for that is, and they transfer that money over for them to start using at that time. In 2018, the board adopted fund balance policy and a capital improvement policy. There was a difference of opinions on how the fund balance policy should be calculated. So the board adopted a policy that said they were going to use the method that the auditors recommended, and that's how it should be reported to them from finance every year. And then they took another step in the capital improvement area, and they created a policy on what information they wanted to receive when they were going to approve a project, and how they were going to be updated for those projects, and what type of projects they determined to be capital improvements. That year, the board also requested real-time read-only access to the financial information system, and that is something that's still being worked out between the two offices. Last year, the board set budget parameters early in the year. They sent those over to the executive's office, and one of their main expectations was that the expenditures would not exceed revenues. So that got sent early in the year before any of the recommended budget was created. When the recommended budget was received, it was pulling money out of fund balance, but through the budget process, the board really stuck to that parameter, and they adopted a budget in which the expenditures did not exceed revenues. And so it was a perfectly balanced budget. And going into 2020, they didn't set those parameters yet this year, because back when they started working on that, the pandemic happened. So there's a lot of uncertainty. Nobody knew where the county would be at when the budget season arrived. And the impact of the pandemic to the budget was constantly changing, and still is. But I have pulled together, based on the reports that the board has been receiving from finance, I have listed in green the positive, the cost savings, and then there is a major impact, a negative impact that finance is reporting. But they are believing overall we should be fine because of all the savings that have occurred so far. Reduced population at the jail has allowed them to save a lot in personnel and food there. The employees participated in the work-share program, and so that is estimated to save like $1.6 million to the general fund. The utility expenses are down because most of the employees are working from home. All the vacancies were frozen for the majority of this year. Liquor tax collection was up. And then although the revenues will be down, they we're able and are able to offset some of the county expenses with the CARES Act funding. So that will help there. And we did hear from finance that they should be recommending a budget where the expenditures will not exceed revenue and it should be balanced. So what is coming up next is we expect to see that recommended budget at some point this week. Normally we probably would have received that by now, so I'm hoping that they send that over any day. The official presentation of that will be at the October 6th finance meeting next week. So if any of you wanted to join, there's a link similar to the one you used today and a call-in number, and you can hear what finance has to say in the budget that the executive is recommending to the board this year. And then the department budget reviews will be conducted throughout October and November. The tentative budget adoption date is November 19th. But based on how everything's going, that could change. That's just our original target date. But as I pointed out at the beginning, the board does have until the end of the year to adopt that budget. So that is what I had for our overview.
All right. Well, I'm going to ask and see if anyone has any questions. I'll say it doesn't surprise me that liquor tax collection is up over the COVID time. Anybody have any questions of Crystal? Anything they didn't understand or wanted more clarification on? All right. Well, thank you, Crystal. I love that you could share that screen with us like that.
Hey, Crystal, did you say we could listen into the budget?
Yeah, so all those meetings are public meetings, and we always use the same link and phone number. So I'll make sure that information goes out to you guys. So if you guys want to join at any of those, any of the department ones, you're able to do so. Most of them are at 3 o'clock in the afternoon over the next couple months.
Right. So we'll do a motion to receive and file 10A. Can I get a motion for that?
I'll motion Bill Thompson.
Thank you. Support? Support, Marcia?
No, yeah, support.
Thank you. Motion to support. All in favor, please say aye.
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 All opposed? All right, motion passes. Item 10B. Before, I'm supposed to do this the other way, so can I get a motion to receive and file 10B, and then we'll let Patty talk about it.
This is Kathy Western. I shall move.
Thank you.
I second.
Thank you, Vito. So the 2021 Casual Day Donation Program, Patty's going to talk to just a little bit.
Okay. Hi, everyone. It's good to see you, those of you I can see, and the rest of you who were just hearing. I wanted to tell you that we're continuing with our Casual Day program, which is traditionally the employees who participate are allowed to wear casual clothing on Friday for at least a donation of $1. Many give more. And all of those donations are collected and given to charities which are selected. The charities are selected by drawing people who wish to have their organizations be considered, submit a letter of interest in being a recipient of Casual Day collections, along with a letter of from the Attorney General that is a solicitation license and their certificate of being a 501c3. We're trying to adapt it a little bit more because, as Crystal mentioned, many of the employees are working from home. So we are adapting that and hoping to kind of beef up our donations again. So far, the program has been in existence since 1994, and employees have donated over $700,000, so 707. So it's a good program and encourages people to be charitable. And so the information was in your packet. So if you are connected to any charitable organizations, or if there are any that you feel we should reach out to, they just need to serve the residents of Macomb County. They don't have to necessarily be located in Macomb County, as long as residents of Macomb County do benefit from their efforts.
Okay. Well, thanks. Anybody with any ideas, please get back to Patty on that. Or if you have any more questions on it, you can contact her offline. So we had a motion to receive and file. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Aye.
Oh, I was supposed to amend it on the first one. All right. So motion passes. Items 10C, can I get a motion to receive and file this? The Pat Daniels Macomb County Veteran of the Year Award.
I motion.
Thank you. Carol.
Second.
All right. Thank you, Vito. So I'm going to talk just a little bit about this. So we're going to ask any of you if you have any recommendations for the Pat Daniels Macomb County Veteran of the Year Award. Last year, we decided, all of us, to nominate one veteran every year as an outstanding veteran of the year. And there's plenty of them out there, we know. So last year, Pat Daniels came to us from just about everywhere. Everybody was recommending Pat. And, obviously, I don't know if you know Pat, but he's, the chairman of the Veterans Commission. And just does so much work in the community and has for so many years for veterans that we decided, to name the award after Pat. And I think it's a fitting tribute to Pat and everything that he's done for all the veterans. So that's the reason it's called the Pat Daniels Macomb County Veterans of the Year Award. So what we're asking is if any of you know of any veterans that has, it's on the screen right now, but made significant contributions to the veteran world, right? Helping veterans, with any myriad of different issues that they have out there. Please get with Patty. The nominations are due by the 6th of November. So there's a online, I think she can get it to you too, but it has the whole sheet of, or she can send it to you, but the application, and hopefully we can come up with another one as great as Pat. I don't think it's going to be as great as Pat, but there's a ton of great veterans out there doing fantastic work, and we'd like to recognize at least one of them with this award. So keep that in mind, see what we can come up with, and contact Patty with your recommendations. Is there any questions on this before we vote to receive and file on this? All right, then we have a motion and a support, so please vote. All in favor of receiving and filing, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, motion passes. Thank you. Any commission or any committee members with any new business? Any committee members with new business? Now's the time. All right, I don't hear any. Item number 12, public participation. Any members of the public wishing to speak? You have 5 minutes. Unmute yourself and tell me who you are, and you'll start your 5 minutes. Any members of the public? And we'll go third and final time, *6 if you're on the phone to unmute. Any members of the public wishing to speak? We're going to close public participation. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion.
All right.
Second it.
Vito and Carol, thank you. All in favor, say aye.
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 All right. That sounded like a majority. Motion passes. All right, meeting adjourned. Thank you, everybody. Nice to see all of you, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks. Have a great week.
Great. Thanks. You too.
Everyone have a great week.